I feel native.
You guys feel native?
I am.
Not at all. Good, because you guys are native hustlers. What's going on, boys?
It's just the way I am. Just gotta make a plan. I think of what I want to get it every day I am. Chasing dreams but never sleep. See how awake I am. How you going if you never trying to...
We're here with this Prestige Worldwide Detailing Boys. I am Shane Danahy. I'm the host of this podcast, the Native Hustler Podcast, and we're here with these boys because they all are native hustlers.
Yes.
Nah, this kid's not.
No, he's not. He doesn't work.
So we got Matt, we got Ethan. I'm kidding. We got Matt, we got Kyle, we got Ethan. What's going on, boys?
Same old.
Same old shit.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So these kids are professional detailers. Would you call yourself professionals?
We're jacks of the trade.
Jacks of the trades? I like that. Jacks of all trades. I like that.
Jack and everything.
The reason why I want to sit down with you boys today, it's a long story, but we actually recorded a podcast already, and
That is true.
it got scratched.
R.I.P. Nick.
Why are you speaking so far into the mic?
I don't know. Where am I supposed to hold it?
The
Like
best
right
is
here.
like, like right here.
right here?
Like, like 3 inches, 4.
That's a lot.
6? This is
Yeah,
6.
about 6 of them.
Wait. Okay,
yeah,
good.
right there is perfect.
All right, so we all measured with the phone?
Yes, but I owe you boys a podcast. Ethan, you weren't there for that one.
No, I'm
he's
I'm a recent employee.
That's it.
Actually,
a year and a half.
really not.
I want to say Ethan was a part of us the last
He
time.
was.
Was he?
had it.
Were you there?
I was.
He
I was
wasn't
just,
there, but he was.
We didn't
He
include
was
him. Yeah.
actually like involved in us in Prestige before
Nice,
when we
nice.
filmed the last one. Yeah.
Nice. So I owe these boys a podcast. One, because I scratched it. 2, because I told you guys I would do one for about 2 years now. Probably, right?
Before we even had the podcast.
Yeah, before I even started it and knew you guys. I just owed it to you guys. But I want to take it back. Like I said, I already kind of know the story, but whoever's listening doesn't know the story, the origin story of how you guys started this business, how we got to where we are today. And I saw a TikTok where you guys were talking about this, like when you were young, right?
Yeah.
Like you two, at least, talking
Yeah.
about starting this business. So you guys were destined to do this. Like you knew you always want to do this. And the biggest question is, what sparked the idea of starting a detailing business?
That's good.
Take it away.
Well, it started in COVID.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
So
No way.
we were on online school, and I was both Matt and I, because at the time I was a freshman, he was a sophomore, and Matt had just gotten his license. So
Okay.
we're on online school. We're not really paying attention, so we just were hanging out like every day. It was just Matt and I, and we would go drive around and spend whatever minimal savings we had on food, ice cream, whatever, just hanging
Gasoline.
out, gas. And at the time, we had been working for my dad. We'd been mowing a cemetery, and that had been a lovely experience.
I forgot about this story.
And
Okay, so you were mowing a cemetery.
so we had been mowing a cemetery
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the time.
We'll get into that story.
And
yeah.
and we were
Burying
going into
people.
the summer of 2020, and Matt and I were like, we could we don't really want to work. We both had the same mindset. We were like, we don't really want to work for anybody. We like to hang out and make our own hours and make fun of what we do.
It's the best, right?
Yes, being able to have fun while you're working
Yeah.
is like the ultimate like
One,
flex.
and making your own hours, too.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, we had our fun at the cemetery.
Yes.
We were we had the 0-turn mowers. We were popping wheelies, bro. Sorry about that, Justin. No, yeah, we had our fun. It was kind of like a little racetrack.
They also
for
buried my
lawnmowers.
grandpa.
Yeah, we did.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, we made fun of what we did, but at the end of the day, it was hot,
That's crazy.
mowing, and you had to be like more focused than if you
Yeah.
were mowing a lawn because
You don't
want
want to run over a tombstone.
Dodge
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'd mow like next to the crematory, and there was just black smoke in the
No
air. It smelled
way.
horrible.
Ugh.
It wasn't.
Was it a lot of
fun.
weed whacking, though? Right? Because
Yeah.
like, I feel like
So we didn't really do that because we'd be like, oh, we ran out of time, and then Mr. Grandy would send some of his more experienced employees, I'd say,
Okay.
to weed whack.
Okay.
Because we didn't really want to weed whack.
Right,
We just
right.
we were kind of like, we didn't have time.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot.
We'd kind of beat around the bush.
Literally.
I guess, yeah, I
While
guess
they were
so.
doing that, I was sitting at home learning how to play the kazoo and doing nothing.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
But yeah, we were mowing the cemetery,
Yeah.
and we get to we get to the springtime, and lacrosse had been canceled for both of us. And
Both.
Most of you guys.
we were spring sports have been canceled, so now we're moving into
'Cause of COVID,
summer
right?
because of COVID. Yeah, and so we're like, we should come up with a business, right? So we were thinking like, what do we both know how to do? And Matt had history, and his family had a car wash in the past, and he had washed his family's cars. Then I had always washed my dad's truck, and I had actually recently bought like a polisher, and I had just been messing around with that.
Learning how to do it all.
Yeah, and then and so Matt and I were like, well, we both love cars. Why don't we work in like how do we find a way to get ourselves
Make money,
working
doing
and
what you
making
love.
money
Yeah.
working with cars? And we were like, let's detail. And so we started detailing June 1st of 2020.
Wow.
And it it's took off since then. Yeah.
So when did Ethan come into the mix? Because he just looks like a bystander right now.
Yeah,
Like
let's
we look like we
let's
just
get
picked him in fucking the corner of West Haven over here. So
Tweaker.
Ethan popped into business. What? How far in? you would
I
say?
think they were probably
Closer.
about
A year and a half.
they're probably about a year and a half in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kyle and I happened to be in the same math class.
Okay.
With a teacher who I'll not name.
I like
'cause
that.
He's been fired. Great guy. You know, I'll name drop here. Like, rest in peace, Dr. Paul. Like, you were great. So Kyle had been sitting in math class with me. He was always, looking at trucks on his computer and stuff, not doing any work, which seems to be a common theme nowadays.
Even today.
Yeah.
Right?
So Kyle had been looking for employees, people to work for him, and I was like, I basically begged him for a job. I was like, yeah, this is so cool. Like, let me work. So my first job, I'll go out there. It was the worst job I've ever done. Like, we did about, I think, 20 trucks that day, like big.
What?
Like, yeah, like
Oh,
trucks,
it was the
hauling
fleet,
trucks.
right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, we
fleet line?
needed guys,
A
and I
fleet.
was like, Matt and I were
This
like
is your fucking
scrambling,
chance
trying
to prove
find
yourself,
someone.
Ethan.
So Kyle was like, yeah, like, come out today. So I get up at.
Was it hot?
Oh, it was about September. So
Okay.
it was like
Fall.
kind of fall time, like cooling down. So
Yeah.
that wasn't like a big problem.
Yep.
But I wake up at like 6:30. Kyle's like, you got to work at 8. You got to be in West Haven. And I didn't have a car at the time, so I wasn't able to drive. So I'm waking my mom up at like 7 o'clock. Like, Mom, we got to go. So I wake up, I'm begging my mom, get out of bed, let's go. I get to the job site. Nobody's there.
No way.
Little did I know, Kyle is always late to everything. There actually hasn't been a time where he's been early. Sometimes when I go over to his house, I'll be sitting in his driveway for 15, 20 minutes, still in the shower, got to eat his 4th breakfast, He loves to eat that big stomach he's got there. It's like a bottomless pit. My grandma said he'll eat shit out of a bag. But, yeah, so I get to the job, we start working, and I hated it. I hated every minute of it.
And we're here today with you
Yep,
still.
I'm still here, thankfully. But
Must get paid well.
apart from hating actually doing the work that day, I realized that it was really fun because I had got to like hang out with a bunch of like cool friends and stuff like that. And I had come from I worked 2 summers for a bike shop and basically just changing tires, stuff like that. And I always had wanted to do car
Like a power
detailing.
sports?
No, like a mountain bike shop. It's,
Okay.
It's in Brantford, Zane
Dope.
Cycles.
Okay.
It was
Name
a fun
drop.
job. What's that?
Warren.
It was a fun job, but I mean, I was the only kid there, so I'd be like sweeping the floors, like
yeah.
asking for stuff to do, like, hey, what can I do next? What can I do next? And I was riding my bike to work every day, so it was an interesting time.
You're making yourself sound like a hobo.
See, hey, I respect riding
I went
bikes.
to bed in a
Love to ride
cardboard
bikes.
box, and then I woke up the next day and just went to work. But so yeah, I wanted to get away from something like that. I was looking into getting into the restaurant business, maybe waiting tables, stuff like that. Yeah.
Hospitality.
But that just didn't really appeal to me that much. Getting yelled at by a boss. Because Kyle can't really yell at me. I've made myself indisposable to the company, as I said today. But yeah, so after that job, everything kind of like just went up from there. I started getting on more jobs and stuff as we got more work. And then I started to take some of my other skills like video editing. And
Whoa there, bud.
Yeah, hold on, I'm taking.
I got
a big
jobs
dig
for you
here.
then.
So I was like, yeah, let me see what else I can do. And I just fell in love with detailing and being able to hang out with my friends every day. It's a really fun job.
That's
so
awesome.
I just stuck with it, and here I am now. So
Sweet.
yeah.
It's a cool success story. I want to bring it back to the cemetery because you guys have a story about what? Wasn't there some? There's a son that you happened on the other podcast.
Yes, we were remediating graves, which is like when a grave has settled after it's been like
Dug up.
It gets dug up and then
Buried.
someone's buried, and then whatever you put on top, right? So soil, that settles, and then you have to go over and you remediate it with fresh soil, and you level it out, and then you throw seed on it. Originally, there was no soil or seed. Take it over.
It was so the grave was dug up, and I was in the workman.
Yes, the burnout machine.
Yeah,
The
it was
burnout
like
machine.
like a work golf cart in a sense, and we filled the back of it with new soil, and I dumped it right in front of the grave, and it was sitting there. So we went back to you call it the garage, I guess, where everything was kept. And we went to go get rakes and shovels so we could fill it in and smooth it out. And when we went there, we came back to where the grave was, and all of the soil had been pushed in, like pushed over it, and like perfectly raked out. We didn't touch it. There was nobody else there. We talked to Kyle's dad about it. He said nobody was there. So I don't know, like, who had shovels and could get it done in 6 minutes that we were gone.
I wish somebody could do that for this job. I make that a hell of a lot easier.
It was kind of weird though. We still to
hire
this day,
some ghosts.
till this day, we have no idea what happened. But it was.
There was no security cameras to watch.
It's a cemetery.
You
That's
know?
true.
Just we went back. It was the weirdest thing. We went.
It was weird.
And then we came back, but it was like perfectly mounded.
Yeah.
You know, like perfectly
Really?
mounded, and it was like ready for everything. And we were like, man, what?
Like it was just
crazy.
ready to throw seed on.
Yeah.
And we just dumped it, and the hole was there. And
No
then
way.
it wasn't.
Did you take down the guy's number?
What
That was in the grave. Like we should hire this.
Yeah,
fucker.
right. He's like right over himself.
Come work for us.
Yeah.
That's really crazy. Wow. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah, it's super weird. So now after this job, I mean, you kind of explained it. You left that job to open this company.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a guy that I want to bring up named Gio.
Yes.
We all probably know him, and
Gio.
you've probably seen his fucking ads everywhere on Instagram or Facebook. But you guys started doing some stuff with him. You don't anymore, right?
No, because he started his new shop,
Yeah.
so he is
Yeah.
full time there.
But you kind of have a cool success story with that too,
Yeah.
right? Like the way you got in the door with him as well.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
was
that
cool.
opened some
Yeah.
new doors for
Yeah,
us.
that's what I mean.
So like I'll take it back a little
This
bit.
is a hustler story right here.
we-
This is why I want to bring it up.
I
The
had
podcast.
my first car was a Jeep, and me and Kyle were like, we used to
Cherokee?
go to these, no Wrangler.
Okay.
So
Total like
Shit job.
preppy
I'm
boy.
kidding.
yeah, it was all
Oh,
lifted,
you showed me a
yeah.
picture.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we originally we'd go to the Jeep parades a lot, where they just like
Yes.
like for kids' birthday. It was during
Yeah.
COVID, so
Yeah.
they'd all get together and we'd drive around like kids' birthday parties.
Super
and
cool.
It was like hundreds of them.
That's dope.
So at first we were like, we ordered the business cards, and we're like, we're just gonna do Jeeps. Like we're just gonna detail
Oh,
Jeeps.
detail
Yes,
Jeeps?
I remember this.
No way.
And it made perfect sense for some reason.
like that's your niche.
so they
Jeeps.
didn't come
Yeah.
in time, the business cards, for this one big event.
I don't want to cut you off, but Jeeps are waterproof on the inside, so you could just power wash the whole thing out.
Exactly.
Right? I mean,
Exactly.
pretty much.
So we they didn't come in time for this event. So I like got home and I was kind of bummed out. I was like, well, I don't know if there's gonna be any more of these events soon. So
right.
from there we kind of just started telling family. Family told friends. Friends told acquaintances.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it. Word of mouth got around, and then we started getting just people we knew, but like weren't like family. And then they just kind of kept spreading it. And then we had the Instagram going.
Yeah.
We just post all those cars on. And
We
then,
had like 50 followers. Like
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then it was a long shot, but one time we went to this one lady's work to
You're
do
talking about when we
the psychic.
Oh yes.
So
the psychic.
I'm going to build up the
Oh,
story.
boy.
So we did her car, and I had watched like all of Gio's videos and stuff online, like just because I've always liked what he did.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and he was from Connecticut, so I thought it was like, oh,
Super
cool.
cool, yeah.
So we did this lady's car, and I was like, I recognize this place. I was like, there's a car wash across the street. And I was like, this looks like from the videos, like right where Gio has a shop. So I drive right up the street. I'm like, there it is. So we found his shop, and I was like, Kyle, we need to like leave a note or like a flyer or something. So we went to CVS Staples.
We drove like the next
Half
town
hour.
over to Staples. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were at the printers they weren't working.
Oh my
We were
God,
probably,
it was packed.
We were probably there for like
Really?
an hour.
Yeah, it was
just
ridiculous.
to print one flyer. Kyle's like, we got to leave. I'm like, no, we just got to print one.
I was
That's it.
getting agita. I'm like, look, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Better
it
off
was like
writing
a
a note
Wednesday.
on a napkin.
Yeah, so I was like, we just gotta. We're already here. Let's just do it. So an hour later, we get the paper, whatever. And we write like a handwritten note with our chicken scratch preschooler writing, and I have a picture. Right? We left it right on the door, and it was our flyer. It was really.
It was like a note that said like, we love the videos and what you do. We are 16. Just started our detailing company. We'd love to wash your cars.
And at this point, I've seen things on his story and his Snapchat and stuff saying like, if anybody knows a detailer, reach out.
No way.
So
Perfect timing.
I reached out like 5 times, no response. Didn't even read it, nothing. So I was like, who knows? Maybe he got one. But we left it anyway, and then 2 weeks later,
well,
2
before
weeks.
the,
That's
before
a
the
long
2
time.
weeks happened,
Yeah.
we have this fake texting app.
oh god,
Oh no.
And Matt used to text me on this app like once every like 2 days. He'd be like, "Hey, it's John from LG&D. We got your flyer. We'd love you to come out." And I'd like freak out. And he'd be like, "I got you again."
So fast forward to 2 weeks after we dropped the flyer, I'm fucking with him on that app, whatever. So we're standing in the detail bay.
Was it the bay or the? I thought we were on the
No,
dirt
it
bikes.
was in the bay, and I was in the bay. You were out on the track.
Here?
Oh yeah. I was on the track.
Oh, you've
yeah.
had the shop for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Matt was working. Kyle was fucking around.
So I get a text, and it's honestly I could pull it up actually.
No way. You
that
still
might be
have
cool.
it?
You might have to cut this out because
That's
it might
fine.
take me a minute to find it. But
you're good.
um,
I didn't know you had the shop for a while. I mean, it makes
so
sense because your dad owns it, right?
Yeah, this is my dad and my uncle's, and then we were doing good in the summer, and fall came, and we were like still at his house.
Okay.
But the issue was it was getting really cold, so we were like, let's.
Oh, because you were detailing outside.
Yes. So
Okay.
my dad was like, "We have the bay, come here." And at that time, we had a cart. We had a cart, like a 3x3 cart.
no, a wheelbarrow.
A wheel. Yes, it was a wheelbarrow. Yes, we had a wheelbarrow.
A ton of random AutoZone supplies.
It was just a bunch of random stuff, and he's like, "You could just put your wheelbarrow here, and you could use the bay for the winter.
There you go.
Just for the winter."
Yeah.
And soon that wheelbarrow turned into a 4th-level pallet rack filled
That's
with
crazy.
chemicals and
Yeah,
towels
yeah.
and
Now here you
different
are.
equipment.
3
and
vacuums.
We've stayed here for 3 years.
Crazy.
Kind of loitered around.
Now we ride dirt bikes in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
We should-
surprised
we should-
the
you know what we
pallet
should
has
do?
stayed filled
What,
because
the
Kyle gets mad when we buy things.
What I'm gonna do when we're done recording this, because you guys have a pretty cool shop set up for yourselves and a cool dirt bike trail in the back. We'll take a camera outside and we'll shoot like a mini vlog out there. I want to show everybody.
That'd be
too.
awesome.
Yeah, little vlog, little shop tour.
Yeah.
Do a little shop tour. So you guys started this while you were in high school.
Yep.
Right.
We were. I was a freshman, and he was a sophomore.
And you managed to keep this business active while having lacrosse. Right.
Yeah, we
School.
both played lacrosse.
Oh, you play lacrosse too?
I did.
Oh, that's right. You guys played against each other. I
Yeah.
was supposed to come out for it, and I
and
never
I
did,
scored
like
on
an
him.
asshole.
I don't have the
Just,
text.
Huh?
So I don't have the text.
I
with
kind
me.
of remember what
So
the
he
text
lied.
said though.
No, because
It
you got
never
a new
really
number and I
happened.
deleted.
No, I
the
get it.
old
I get it.
So we got a text, and it was like, it was a day before, 2 days before the Yukon car show, which is a pretty big car show around here.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
he texts and he's like, "Hey, is this Kyle?" I'm like, "No, it's his partner Matt." And he's like, "Oh, I have 5 or 6 cars that need to be washed." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "My name's Gio. Here, this is what I need done." He said, his Lamborghini Urus, his Ferrari,
A Huracan.
the Huracan, and like 2 trucks that they were bringing to the show. And so I was like, So I go back to
Now
the
is he
track.
fucking with you?
I go back to the
You
track.
thought, right?
Yes, exactly.
I go back to the track, and I'm like, "Kyle, can I see your phone?" He's like, "Sure." I take it. He doesn't have the app on his phone. I'm like,
Oh.
so I'm like, I just got this text. He goes, "You're fucking with me." I go, "You're fucking with me." He goes, "No, I'm not." So I'm like, what is going on?
No way.
So I text him. I go, "Yeah, we could do it. What's the address?" Sends me the address. I look it up on Google Earth. I'm like, same one from the
It's
videos.
there,
I'm like,
yeah.
nobody really knows where he lives.
Right.
So I was
You
like,
guys want to know?
so me and Kyle like look at each other, and we like started jumping around.
Yes,
like jump, like screaming.
That's so
we
cool.
like dropped we were on like both our dirt bikes and we just dropped them and like started like hugging each other
No
and jumping.
way.
Like,
Yeah.
no way.
That's so cool.
So it was at the time we did like a Porsche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
We
It
did,
was like
like,
a 718.
Mustang.
different when you get to that level of car,
Yeah.
right?
So I'm like,
nerve wracking.
I'm like, holy
you
shit!
don't want to
like,
scratch it.
I'm like, this is crazy.
I think I called my dad. I was like, Dad, you're never gonna believe what just happened.
So I go to my buddy's house the night after, and we do this thing every year called Tent City. Which
Okay.
is, we all set up tents. We have
Oh,
a
that's
fire.
sick.
We just hang out
Yeah.
all night.
Yep.
You know,
That's cool.
We just,
just jerk each other up. Whoa.
we just fuck around.
That's getting cut out.
So
It's like the Las Vegas tent tunnels.
the whole time I'm there, everybody's like hanging out, drinking, like having a good time, and I'm like, I'm setting like 40 alarms. Like I cannot miss this.
Oh, because the next morning was
it's like
you
3.
guys had to
It's
go
like
to the
3 in the
shop?
morning. We're still going. We're still hanging
No
out.
way.
I'm like,
What time you had to be there?
we had to be
like
there for 7:30.
7:30.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I remember it like it was yesterday. It was
So-
the earliest
No
I had
way.
woken up in like
I
ever.
set a shitload of alarms, whatever. And I'm like, I'm praying I wake up tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wake up hungover as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. Kyle picks me up. We get to his street, and I almost tell Kyle to like pull over so I could throw up because it was like a mixture of like, because I've been watching him. He was
Excitement,
almost like
nervous.
he was almost like
Yeah.
a local celebrity.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
I was like freaking out. So we get there, he's like, he tosses us the keys. We're pulling them out. It started to rain, which was crazy, but
Yeah.
it was like a thunderstorm. It was pretty cool. So we did all the cars, whatnot, talked to him, and then it's just kind of like every week, every 2 weeks, he'd call us back and we just do. And he always had something new, which was cool. So we'd always have like something to do from there, and then
Yeah.
from there, people he knew, a few people with crazy cars reached out to us, and then
Yeah.
that's kind of when in my head where things kind of started to go up because people saw the level of cars we were doing, the
Right,
quality
right.
we were providing
Yeah.
for them. So
And,
I
like-
think that's when everything kind of just started to
Yeah,
climb.
and there was a lot of like with his presence like around Connecticut. There was a lot of like people
follow him.
saw us doing it, and then we're like, all right, these kids must be good. And so we got a good amount of people reaching out to us because of him. Like he would tag us and stuff or shout us out, and because of that, like the level, like his status, it got
And it's
got us to
everybody from
another
around
level.
here.
Yeah.
And it
That's
got us
how I found
more
you guys.
nice cars.
Yeah.
Through a story post. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Super cool story.
Yeah.
I'll probably throw in some clips too that we shot of you guys detailing.
Definitely,
Because
yeah.
I did a
The
video
stuff
for
you
them of
filmed. It was
detailing his
awesome.
car. That was pretty fun.
That was really fun. 2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah, the Urus and the
well,
truck.
no,
Ram.
technically there's trucks too. We came back. We did 2 videos now.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
So
Ram and the
BMW.
Urus.
Then you have the videos from the burnout party.
The
That we went
burnout
to.
party.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
funny as hell.
That was awesome.
Fun. That was super fun.
Matt and I got smoked out by
It was
diesel in the
bad.
garage.
Like Vietnam out here. We're in the trees. Jesus Christ.
Oh my fucking god!
We're getting fucking gassed.
Now we are today at the shop. Like I said,
Headquarters.
we'll give them a tour on video. I'll put it at the end of the video just so it doesn't jump everywhere. What's your plan for this? Like, usually I like to have a 5-year plan, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys have something
Yes.
set
Yeah.
up.
We have multiple
You know?
ideas.
Do you guys do mobile detailing?
Yes.
Yep. We go to
You have
people's
a
houses.
truck set up for that, right? But what's the steps forward? I know you guys have a giveaway coming out. You got
Yes.
some merch.
Oh, yeah.
I'll link the
While we're
merch in
here,
the
let's
description.
take a moment to plug our new merch.
Go
which
ahead.
By the time this video comes out, they should be dropped
Yes.
online
Yep.
Yes.
on our website at prestigedetails.com.
Yes.
There's an apparel section.
yeah.
Put that. You can put that on the video. These are our new Prestige Zin logo T-shirts. They're gonna be dropping on sale. They have
that makes
the
sense.
Little logo right here, and on the back. Let's see if I could get it in the video. But
Looking
there's
good.
A
You're
nice,
in frame.
a nice logo. Was I?
Yeah, it's perfect.
There's a nice logo on the back there. If you buy a shirt, you will be entered into our giveaway, which you can win 2 Yeti coolers, which is it's a start off for our giveaway basis. So hopefully the prizes will get bigger as we start doing this. But definitely check it out and see what you could buy on there.
So
Very nicely said.
Are you guys giving away a dirt bike?
We would like
Soon.
to.
Soon.
We'll keep that on the low for now.
Lightly used.
Lightly used.
For the entire existence of Prestige, we've been here to manage it and run it ourselves. And with us leaving now, Matt left last year, and we still had 4 of us here, so operations ran smoothly. 'cause
Right,
we were all
right.
here. But with all of us leaving this year, we have like 2 different avenues that we're trying to kind of make work. One we could make work when we're away, The other one, we could have someone else make work. While we're
Away
away
meaning
and they're
college,
here.
by the way, right? That's what you
Yes. So like I'm trying to get younger kids that were at our high school that are kind of good kids, not really, they don't really,
Trustworthy.
not necessarily, yes,
Just
trustworthy.
luring them in
Exactly.
with candy in the van, you know.
And
Candy and dirt bikes.
the hope is like while we're away between September and early December
Yep.
and then late January to early May,
Right.
they could kind of run basic operations. They don't have to do a whole lot, but just kind of keep
Things
keep
rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Keep things rolling so that when we come back, we're not like restarting again.
Right.
And so that's like kind of like at home operations, like what we're trying to do for the future. That's like the idea. And then what we're trying to start with these shirts and the giveaway is the brand side of us. We feel, especially, you know, our name kind of gets us a lot of, Matt could definitely vouch for that. Like
100%.
a lot of our customers, some of them even come to us for our name.
Yeah.
Because it says prestige, like it just
Prestige
sounds
worldwide
prestigious.
From the movie.
Right.
from the movie Step Brothers.
Oh.
And everybody sees that and they start laughing and they're like, I want to like check this out.
That's
so
funny.
like,
Is that
Except
how
for
you
one
figured out the
guy who
name?
didn't laugh. He came up to me at a job and he said, "Oh, is Prestige Worldwide from Step Brothers, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I fucking hate Will Ferrell."
I remember that.
but like we're trying we feel like we have a kind of a cool story in a sense. Just the fact that we're all so young and we kind of built us up from nothing to, so I'd say we're pretty substantial within the
100%.
state
Yeah.
of Connecticut at least. And we're trying to build the brand side of it now because we see a lot of companies now expanding on the actual name and recognition of their company, not just what they do physically.
Right.
So like that's what we're kind of trying to take with us and expand on.
Being a brand.
Yes, as we continue on through college while
Super
we're away.
cool. Is that how you guys figured out the name, by the way?
Yep.
Through that movie?
Yeah,
Sitting in my basement,
yeah.
watching it.
Watching the movie.
it out.
It was like-
Worldwide.
It was like at the time of the scene when they were in the restaurant, Matt and I were like, "Man, what should we call it?" And then like they just said it, and we like looked at
It was
each
like
other.
meant
we're
to
like,
be. Yeah.
All right,
That's sick. That's
We'll
cool.
roll with it.
That's super cool.
I think
What
I
happened?
accidentally pressed one of these buttons. Me? No, me.
Talk?
Does that do anything?
I don't think it does anything.
Oh,
So let's talk about balancing. Although you guys are going to college, I will say, has it ever ran by the thought of you three detailing at college?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
It's probably impossible just because there's no way
definitely
to like.
not impossible,
You would have to have a mobile detailing setup.
which isn't a problem.
which we kind of do now.
Right.
I'll explain that later.
But it's kind of like a whole
Is it worth it?
restart because
Right.
people here know us.
That's true.
We've built a reputation around the state. We're all going out of state, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, South Carolina.
yeah,
So it's kind of going to be difficult to restart
Right.
and
Leave it again.
yeah,
right,
exactly. Like it's going to be hard to get the word out there all over again while managing school.
You
so,
go to Rhode Island, right?
yeah, Bryant University.
yeah.
And you're in what?
I'm going to Bentley.
Where's that?
That's in Waltham, Mass.
Oh,
Right outside
Mass.
of Boston.
Oh, cool. So it's probably the same distance, right?
It's like a half hour
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah. And then you're just you're gone.
Plane right away.
You're playing right
12-hour
away.
drive.
So the high school balance, high school. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do not.
High school relationships.
He's trying.
he's really trying. So if anyone wants to put in an application,
Trying since
he's
05.
open. But the balance between relationship, school, work, family, all of it. I understand how hard it could be. So how did you guys balance it?
Played sports in prime time
Yeah.
for people getting their cars detailed is right when spring sports start. So
True.
me and Kyle had different practice times by like an hour. So Kyle would come here, start a car, leave for practice. I'd come after practice, finish the car. So it was kind of like back and forth, and then like it would get easier as we went. Figuring out time slots to book people for and how we're gonna do it with the time frame we have. So we weren't like doing a ton of cars at the time. We were just getting what we needed to do done.
Right.
And then like family, girlfriends, whatever. It was kind of, I wouldn't say difficult, but there was times like when my parents would be like, "Hey, like, when are you coming home?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we haven't seen you in a while. You're
Yeah.
always with your friends." But
Yeah.
like at the same time, we're working, and then it's like, okay, we worked, and then it's like we're already here, so why don't we all just hang out till 11? You know what I mean? So it's
That's true.
just easy to get caught up in.
Yeah.
And you don't really think about like, oh, I should go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of been an issue.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing too about owning your own business is you don't have a boss.
Yeah.
Like you guys are your own bosses. You don't have a boss except you.
Boss Ethan.
Buddy. No, but like you all like can make your own hours, right?
Yeah.
So I've learned that it's actually really hard to run a business by yourself because one, you don't have to answer to a boss saying, "Hey, come in at a certain time."
Yes.
You're all on your own. Bless you.
That coming up for a while. All right, it's going away. All right, but it's hard for me at least to find motivation sometimes. I mean, you guys have each other, right?
Yes.
So essentially that's kind of easier. But ideally, like you said, you don't have to leave at a certain time. You don't have to. You do have to be there at a certain time, but there's days where you're done working.
Kyle doesn't. He obviously didn't learn anything about that.
But like, I'm sure you guys want to work and then hang out here, like you guys said. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to like push yourselves. Like, all right, maybe I should go home and spend time with my girlfriend. Like,
Exactly.
fuck, she's gonna kill me.
No, that,
You
and
know
like,
what I mean?
yeah, and like with but like especially when we had gotten through our first year, so now sophomore year for me, junior year for him, and now we're actually like fairly busy, where it's like consistent work, and
Every day.
we're kind of like every day, every other
Yeah.
day, we're just even if it's just one car, you still. But the thing was like when you're owning your own business, and then you're running your own business, but you're also playing a varsity sport, and you're doing school, like it gets like
It's a lot.
crazy sometimes. So trying there was times when I was answering phone calls, like I'd ask to go to the bathroom like 5 times in a class period.
Really got to piss, Kyle.
Like I'd go to the bathroom, but I'd just be calling or texting people,
Yeah.
like scheduling stuff for like
Right.
later that day after school or like farther in the week. And on top of that, like I would come here, and Matt and I, when we first started doing like coatings, right? That's like a long process.
Ceramic coating and stuff.
So you're here we'd come here after practice or we'd come here after school. We'd be here till like 12 o'clock in the morning.
Holy crap.
But like during that, I'd set up a folding table and I'd lay out my books and my computer, and he would be like coding
He'd be doing
and
homework.
I'd be doing homework.
And then
And
switch.
then like we'd switch and
No
like
way.
he would start doing homework. And so that like continued. That was how
It
we got
worked.
stuff done. Because if
It's the only way it worked.
Yeah.
if we didn't do the work,
We're not getting
didn't
more
get done.
customers. Yeah.
Yeah, and no more customers. Like, so it was like you needed to create a balance, but finding that balance took like 3 years. It took like
Damn.
at least for me, it took a while because
Yeah.
like I was always like we were always here. We would always be working, and then by the time you're done working, you're like, I'm tired. I want to go home.
Right.
And then you're home and like you got friends like saying,
Oh
like,
shit! I didn't answer my girlfriend yet today.
yeah, and you're like friends are like texting you, girlfriends texting you,
Yeah,
like you want
yeah.
it, like you want to. There's no it's not malicious. Like
Right.
it's not that you don't want to hang out with
Right.
them.
Right.
It's just
You're trying to build a business.
Yeah, you're trying to build something, and like the vision that Matt and I have had is like it's consistently growing larger and bettering what we do, and like refining our processes, refining our image. So it's like that's constantly like running in your mind even when you're not working.
Right.
Like you're always thinking
Yeah.
about it. So like balancing between relationships and school,
It's
sport,
tough.
like
Yeah.
it was tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a tornado.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But
Who was the better lacrosse player, by the way?
Totally different. Totally different.
Defense.
Goalie.
Goalie. And I will actually say really good.
Really good goalie. I
I-
feel like
Like it was one of the funniest things. Phenomenal goalie.
Yeah, freshman year. I first time picking up not first time, but
yeah.
first time playing for like a team, and they were like,
You
"Well,
just
we
had
can't
those
play without a goalie," and I was like,
Fuck it.
"I'll do it."
I'll get hit.
And it was hilarious though, because my dad and his friend who coached me in youth started a summer
league.
travel team.
Okay. Yeah.
And Matt came and joined us for like a tournament.
That's cool.
Well, I was told I was playing goalie, and then they got another kid, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Perfect! I get to like work over the summer." And then they're like, "No, you're gonna be a midfielder." And I was like, "Are you serious?" Like,
gotta
they
fucking
were
run.
preying on my downfall, and I was like, "Okay." So
Yeah.
they put me on the field. I don't run. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like a runner, and I'd be put at midfield, and I have no idea what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
My job normally is to just get hit. And now I'm running and trying to figure out plays. It wasn't my thing.
But he did have for those who play lacrosse, the ghost shaft was really popular like 5 years ago. and it was a
Plastic.
was it plastic or like a plexiglass kind of thing?
Yep.
And it was this stick. It was like a noodle, and the idea was
No
like
way.
if you could
It
if you could learn how to
whip.
shoot
Yeah.
it, you could shoot like 100 plus miles an hour.
Yeah.
And we were in a game against like one of these top teams
In the
travel
state.
teams, and we were literally called the Knuckleheads. That was our team.
Yeah. So I go up to Kyle's dad, who was the coach. I go, Justin, like, I hate being a midfielder. Put me in on attack for one time. He goes, fine. So this kid who's still a very good goalie, I was on attack, and I was like, just give me the fucking ball.
I'll fucking noodle
And
it
I
in.
ripped it
No
top
way.
corner on him. Everybody's like, what the hell?
And that ghost shaft, you saw him shoot it, and it was like,
It flexed.
So illegal though, no?
No.
They didn't check?
no.
It wasn't illegal?
Summer
No
league's
way.
different
Because
it's a
the
different kind
pocket's
of thing.
illegal.
The
Like the
pocket could
huge
be
thing was
illegal,
like
yeah.
putting the ball in, putting it in the this was the shape of it. I would mold it and then hold it together and put it in the oven with
You
like
played?
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Heck
I thought I told you.
No, I don't think he did.
Oh, really?
You couldn't tell when he picked the lacrosse stick up and was asking why you had.
I was
it.
whipping
I
it.
thought it was just like, oh, I saw a stick. I'm gonna
No,
pretend.
no. I was a midi, so I understand the
No
pain.
way.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, okay, this is good. This is, you know what we're
you
talking
play?
about. Yeah.
So I did not play lacrosse. I do wish I did. I was
What'd
a
you play?
wrestler for 8
Really?
years. Yeah.
No way.
So
Nuts
that
to
was
butts.
that was tough.
So you understand the struggle of balancing a sport,
Yeah.
though.
So
Yeah.
definitely it was good that we were all in different seasons of sports. So when I was in winter
Oh,
sports,
true.
Yeah, they were able to obviously be
So you
there.
would switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
now Kyle's in lacrosse season right now,
perfect.
and so I've been here, doing stuff while he's away.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, it's a good like staggered system. Yeah.
But no, I would take the head of the stick.
Would you purposely pinch it?
Yeah, you would pinch it and then I forgot how we held it together. My brother did it for me, and you would put it in the oven, and for like 30 minutes, and then it would come out and it would mold to its like
Yeah, it would
this
warp to
perfect
the-
thing. So like if you twist the
Stay in.
stick
Oh,
over,
it wouldn't come
it
out.
wouldn't come out. But
Oh
if
my God.
you shot it hard enough, it would fly.
Yeah.
That in the pocket. So we would like stuff like the ball in it, go as
Yeah.
deep as you can, get it wet, and then put it in the microwave, and then it would also mold like super deep down. But that was
Yeah.
illegal.
Yeah. All of that's illegal.
Everything was illegal. Just don't get caught. It was fine. I feel like goalie is the hardest position to play in lacrosse. No,
It was hard to just pick up, but I mean,
I feel like it's hard.
once you get over, I think the hardest thing about it is just the mental, like, getting hit by a ball.
well, one being hit, and two being in charge if your team kind of loses, right?
Yeah,
Because you're letting
in a
balls
sense,
go in
yeah.
the goal.
But like, it was definitely hard when, like, in high school, like when
Yeah.
our teams played like prep, like all the like nationally known teams.
Yeah.
And you'd see these kids that are going to UPenn and like anywhere, Duke, like all these commits, and they just come down the field and shoot like 105. One game Kyle was at, I got hit like 4 times in the same spot in the leg, and I had what did they call that?
A contusion.
Contusion in my leg.
Oh
So
my
that wasn't
God.
fun. Like the kids were just ripping at my legs, so it wasn't like
On purpose?
yeah, they were trying to score.
yeah. I feel like defense is pretty hard too.
I'm a two-way midi, so I play DN. I don't play as much. For those, if any of my teammates are listening, I don't play that much, Joe, but I try. I try.
How'd you get back after your surgery? Didn't you have a crazy surgery? Or
Yeah,
something?
last year I was, we were in semifinal for SCCs, which is like our conference tournament, and I was playing like phenomenal, like one
Yeah.
of my best games, and I go out after, like, I run out to play. I was guarding like whatever the guy came on from the box, and as I stepped to like plant and like set up for him, like my hip just like gave out on me, and I was like, what the hell?
What?
And I ran off the field, and I was in like, I couldn't even stand on it.
Stupid.
And
man.
I went to the doctors like the day after, and they said I tore both. I basically shredded all of the cartilage in both my hip sockets. Jesus. Because I had like deformed sockets that were just a little bit bigger than they should have been.
Yeah.
And so I played the rest of the season, and then last July I got double hip surgery to fix it, and then rehabbed it for like 9 months, and then they still get sore on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say I'm a little faster
really?
straight line, and side to side.
We got some stealing you now.
Because now I'm like, no, not even steal. It's
Oh,
like
really?
all they did was
Trim it.
they shaved it and then they put the
They
cartilage.
didn't have to put anything in there?
No, they just they shaved down the socket and then they
No way.
Then they added more cartilage to like they redid my
That's crazy.
my labrums. That's what they were. I tore my labrums, yeah. And then now I have like more motion. I could actually move my legs. It's
And
kinda cool.
you went shorter too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you look shorter today. when I saw you.
It's 5'11", man.
In
5'9".
in cleats.
That's hilarious.
You wouldn't think this little chubby boy is fast, but I've raced him.
Oh, he's fast.
He is. He
He's
is
fast. We should
Lightning
foot race
quick.
outside.
Hell yeah. Let's do
We
it.
should
I'll
all
smoke
foot
you.
race out. Smoke me. You guys foot race and I'll follow you on the dirt bike.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. That's what I mean by foot race.
I'll join
No,
you.
that's awesome, dude. It's fucking incredible. So, yeah, I mean, you guys got any stories you want to bring up? I mean, I'm out of question. My brain's fried after today.
I mean,
The electrical cord fire.
Oh,
that was
no.
ridiculous.
You had a fire in the shop?
That's not like a.
It's not like a good story.
No?
It was. I was like talking to a customer who was picking his car up, and then all of a sudden I hear like all four of them like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And we look over, and the cord got in water as it was
Oh,
plugged in,
shit.
and it was just up in flames.
No way.
And I was like, "Oh my
You
god!"
don't. There's no waterproof cords?
I mean, I'm sure there are, but
there-
the ones that we have are like,
Yeah, there are.
eh,
We don't use them.
semi.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think what like crazy stuff have we done? Like
What's your? I have a good question.
Okay.
All three of you. What was your favorite car to detail? Like coolest car to detail. Was it a Lambo? I think I know
Yeah.
your answer actually.
Yeah. The
But
Aventador
what-
SVJ.
yeah, right. Was it the black one?
It was gray.
The
At
gray
the
one.
time,
Gray.
it was gray.
Yeah, now
The
it's
gray.
black.
Now it's black. Is that the one that's always at their shop?
Mhm.
That's the same one.
Yeah.
No way.
You could-
So your favorite's the SVJ.
Let's have him go first.
What's
'cause
your
I'm trying to
favorite?
I gotta
think.
think. Like I don't really.
You don't know? You don't like? Did
I'm
you
just trying to
detail like a
think.
dream car that you wanted, like a BMW M4 comp or something crazy?
I'm just trying
Something
to
cool?
think back to the cars that we have done. Like
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
oh, let me go on the list really quick. On the
You know, I was trying to be different, but honestly, the SVJ was
No
It was
way.
Unbelievable.
It was the coolest. Like he.
What's
threw-
different about it?
It's just
The fact
a
that
Loud?
car.
well, the fact that you
Yeah,
can't
that's true.
see out of it is kind of cool.
What do you mean? Oh, it's just
So like I pulled it out, and you hop in it, and you're sitting like an inch above the ground, and you have of course, first of all, the doors go up. That's awesome.
That's
the doors
cool,
go up, and
'cause a lot of
it's
them
not
don't.
like a Corvette that someone put the door hinges on. It's like farm factory.
solid, yeah.
Yes, it's the true Lambo doors, and you get in this thing, and the windshield is angled like
this.
probably like 45 degrees tops, maybe like 30.
oh, so that's hard to see.
Dude, it's like almost level
No
with
way.
the hood. So you're like looking out of, you probably have like 8 inches to look out of the windshield. Then you look out of the back, and
Nothing.
the rear,
There's
there's nothing. It's just vents, and you have to like peek through the vents. And
How
then
do you
there's this
fucking
crappy
drive this
camera,
thing?
but like you flip up the switch, and
The start button.
you hit
it's
the
like a
start
rocket
button,
ship.
And this one was straight pipe.
and
so
it's
Oh my
it literally. There's a video. I took a video of me starting it, and like my face is like, and it just like you press that button, and the entire car, like you start your car, and
rumbles.
it's just like. And you start this thing, and you're just shaking like it's a fighter jet.
it's
No way.
unreal.
It is
It's
insane,
so cool.
That's crazy.
nuts.
What's your favorite?
I'm gonna have
The
to
SVJ.
go. I'm gonna have to go with the basic option.
Oh, boy.
But I always really love these cars. I'm gonna have to go with Gio's GT3.
Mm.
Solid car though.
it's a
That's
solid
not
car.
basic.
But I
basic
feel
at
like
all.
everyone just loves the GT3. Like
That's
you
true.
Just say, yeah,
Yeah,
that's my favorite
yeah.
car. It's
100%.
Porsche.
Yeah.
But it's I always just love those cars. Like
Yeah.
I always wanted one when I was little, but I think it was fun to actually be able to look
And it was-
inside of the
It
cars.
was
Yeah.
brand new at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
brand new. 992. Like
Brand new.
Brand
yeah,
new.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That might
they're-
be my
they're just
favorite.
cool
Yeah.
cars. Like
That might be my like dream car.
me too.
Yeah. Really?
If I had it, I had it. Literally, I was telling Matt, I had a dream the other night. It was like a lucid dream too. That was the coolest part.
It was the coolest part.
So I'm like, I had this. I don't know where I was, but I was in like farm country,
Okay.
and I randomly, all of a sudden, acquired this.
Spawned.
It was chalk gray and green, GT3 RS. Not a new
Ooh.
one, but like the one that was like
Okay.
last year or 2
Yep,
years ago.
yep.
And I had to park it in this guy's like shack. to hide it from my parents because I thought they'd yell at me for buying it. And then I would like pull it out and just rip back roads. But I could pull it out whenever in my dream because it was lucid, remember? So I like did whatever I wanted. I was like on the paddle shifters, I was ripping these back roads. And I was, since like, it was like Wednesday I had the dream. Every day I've been thinking about it.
No way.
I want that car so bad.
You know what's the funniest thing about saying that you had a lucid dream? Two things. I had a lucid dream the day after I went to his grand opening event that I won the truck. And it felt so real. Like in my dream, I was pitching myself and I went there and like, I was like, oh my God, this is fucking real. Like this is real life. And then I woke up.
And
like,
it's the most depressing
but
thing
I
in the
can't
world.
lie to you. It felt like I've had dreams where it's like, oh my God, like I don't want to wake up from this dream. But that literally felt like it was real life.
Yeah.
And
it
then
sucks
I had
when it's not.
Yeah.
Someone was just holding meatballs by your face while you were sleeping.
And then I had why meatballs?
Yeah, what?
Well, because he's Italian. Gio.
I smelled the chicken parm and it took off from there.
Oh my God, it must be Gio.
And I had another dream the other day, which it's going to become reality, of getting the Suron, like a perfect like lucid dream where I was riding this bike and it felt so real. Now I'm going to fucking own that shit.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
That's what I'm talking about.
I say we go hit some dirt bike trails and some shit.
Yeah.
Let's do
Rip
it.
it up for the vlog.
Yeah.
Ask Ethan how his experience has been.
Oh,
Okay.
all right,
Plug
let's
us.
interrogate Ethan real
Like
quick.
us.
All right.
So, how long have you been with these boys, and what's your best experience and your worst experience?
All right. So I've been coming up on about 2 years now, working with everyone. My best experience is probably just being here and being able to hang out with my friends every day.
Oh,
Like
that's
we
so
get off the
sweet.
job
Aw.
and it's right.
It's true
you
though.
know,
It's playtime.
Yeah,
it's
It's
playtime.
playtime.
Yeah.
Or just being on the job, take a break, go take the dirt
Yeah,
bikes out,
yeah.
go ride
That's
for a
true.
little bit.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We work all day, every day. But yeah, I'm trying to think of my worst experience because there has been a few. Not with these guys, but just
Customers?
yeah, customers.
Oof.
So I'm gonna say my worst experience, definitely with a customer, was I was outside and it was my first time really interacting with a customer, and Matt decided to just leave. So I'm here.
I did it on
talking to
purpose,
this
too.
customer.
Did you?
And
I want to
you
see
know
how
what?
we were talking. I was like, we gotta. If he wants to be up there with us and do jobs by himself, I'm just gonna tell him to go do it and see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
And
Trial
it
error.
was definitely a great learning experience because this was the toughest customer I've dealt with.
Aw, man.
Still to this day. And I was only I'm going to say I was probably half a year in or something like
Okay.
that. So the customer gets his car detailed. He got an interior detail. And a week before that, he had gotten an exterior detail at a different location. So he comes in, gets his car, and he's talking to me outside. He's like, oh, what's the price, this and that. So after that, he's looking around the car, walking around, touching spots on the outside, and he's like, oh, you missed this spot here. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll get that. No big deal. But then
He goes,
it's just,
you didn't do the outside.
yeah, you didn't do the outside. But, yeah, I know. What? You didn't pay for that. So
You got an interior
yeah,
detail.
you got an interior detail. So it just keeps going on and until he starts giving me these life lessons. Like,
Oh boy, those
when
are the
I was in
best.
the Army, if I didn't do this to my car,
yeah.
I would have had to do 100 push-ups. And I was about at
Tell
the
me
point
you
where
had to do 100 push-ups.
I was
right?
thinking this guy was going to make me do 100 push-ups. And honestly, I was probably going to do it because I was scared of this guy. And he just kept going on. And I think I was about there for an hour. And I was hoping Matt would come down, but I was just on my own. And finally he left. And I don't think we've seen him since. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's a terrible story.
The one thing I will say about what Ethan said in the beginning, though, before we end it,
Yeah.
I think the coolest thing that Matt and I have done for the growth of the group that works here with us is going into, I think, when did we really fully, it was junior year, right?
Junior year.
So junior year, towards the end, we were picking up a lot, and this is when we needed help, and we would rather help out friends of ours than just anybody random.
Right.
But the coolest thing was we wanted, all our friends were looking for jobs that were outside of, it was normal jobs, right? What he was talking about, hospitality,
Right.
and boat or not boat, sorry.
Dock hands.
Yeah, like dock hands. So it's like our thought process was like, how could we hang out with our friends but make money at the same time? And we were like, well, we could just hire everybody and we could work together. And we hired like our like best friends, and you know, we got Tegan, Will, Ethan, and me and Matt. And so for the past I don't know, year and a half, we've been like working with our best friends, having fun on the job,
cool.
making money at the
Yeah,
same time, and
yeah.
we don't have to text each other, when do you get off of work? Because we're all getting off of work at the same time,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we're also hanging out already at
Right.
work,
Same place.
which is like
Right.
the coolest part.
How do you divvy up the payments? Is it whoever details or hourly rate? What do you do?
It's pretty much whoever details. Like
Yeah.
it's similar to a normal job.
Okay.
So it's just like
Whoever details the
whoever's
car gets
working.
the money
whoever's-
for it.
whatever you work, whatever hours you work, you get paid
Yeah.
for your hours.
Oh, cool. Oh, so it was like a hourly rate of
Yeah.
your employees, pretty much. There's 5 of you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where's
And-
the other 2?
Sports
Oh.
right now,
Yeah.
playing baseball.
Makes
Baseball.
sense.
Exactly.
I
exactly
think,
what
I
we were
think
talking
one of the
about.
best things about this job, even though it seems comfortable,
Yeah.
just being able to just be with your friends and not exactly have that boss man who's
Yeah.
bossing you around all day. It's just like being able to want to help grow the business because we're so close with each other. So we all want to succeed more and do more. So everyone's always kind of like just trying to go above instead of just doing like the
Right,
basic work and
right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because they benefit when we benefit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If they
Yeah.
do something, they get more customers, they benefit. So
That's
it's-
true.
Yeah.
And the
It's like one
coolest
big
thing too
circle.
about all of this is a lot of jobs, like normal 9-to-5s, like let's say you work at Target, there's a point that you hit where you're like you can't go any further with it.
Yeah.
You hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
You can't grow, you can't make more money, you can't meet new people.
Yeah.
There's like unlimited growth to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Really. Like
Especially
you
with
can
the
build
new
a brand now,
avenues that we're
everything.
trying to do.
Yeah.
New positions,
coolest thing.
new jobs.
Yeah.
Like it's always growing and changing.
Right.
So yeah.
It's fucking
And I
awesome.
think the fact that having customers respect what you're doing as a young kid, it's helpful in a sense. And we've met a lot of good customers and good people who have tried to help us more,
Inspiring
give us
people.
Yeah.
and give us some insight on, hey, you guys are doing this. Maybe you should try this later in college. Major in this, and just give us like helpful tips on like
'Cause they've
how
been through it.
Yeah.
how we could grow.
Yeah, the connections are really, I'd say probably the connections out of what we've built this to.
is the coolest
Yeah.
best part.
Yeah.
Because we're friendly with a lot of our customers.
You get to see
Um,
what they do. Like
yeah.
all these people with the crazy cars, how they did it, what
Right.
their
Yeah.
niche was. It's
So you kind of know how to get to that point now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you get to hear, like some of them even like we get to hear successful customers of ours, how like it turns out they ended up starting from like nothing.
Right.
Almost, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And you don't expect that because
Yeah.
it's like they're
Yeah.
living more of a lavish lifestyle.
You know what I think the coolest compliment to get to is wow, you're young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the coolest thing to me.
That was a hard thing
Yeah.
sort of at first too, with getting like real customers. like,
yeah.
These top of the line guys. Like, I mean, if I had $1 million car, I probably wouldn't just go throw the keys at you. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's not, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but we had to build trust with
That's true.
customers.
Yeah.
Like, sure, we do it once, but we had to do a great job, and then they'd be like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
they know what the hell they're
100%.
doing."
Yeah, at
so.
first it's tough because you have to build that trustworthy clientele, but now like
And
you
of
guys
course,
are known, so it's
yeah.
that's a
there's
compliment.
a lot of people out there too that try the whole detailing thing, but they're just, I mean, honestly, I can't say it's a horrible thing because it's kind of
Yeah.
how we started, but they don't really know what they're doing. So these people with the crazy cars are going to be like, they're just 19, 18,
Yeah.
17 years old.
Yeah.
Do I trust them?
Yeah.
Are
True.
they going to do this right? Or are they going to mess up my car?
Yeah.
So once you build that trust, it's really cool.
So you're
'cause
19, you're 18, you're 17?
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Building the knowledge. And like, I think from like day one, Matt and I made sure that like we had a precedent set so that we could grow not only our social medias, but like we bought a website the day we decided we were going to do this. And we were like, we're going to build this
Just
website.
do it. Yeah.
And
yeah.
so we made sure that everything, not only our work was good, but everything on the back end was organized and professional so that like if anybody did question our professionalism, we had something to back it up.
Interesting.
And that's another good plug. If you are looking for a detailer in the Southern Connecticut area, check out prestigedetails.com. It is a great website.
Oh,
Thank you, Ethan.
one last thing, because I struggle with this all the time. You guys price your own jobs out.
Yep.
How'd you get comfortable? We're at the point where you're comfortable with your pricing, because I'm sure at first you guys undersell yourselves a ton, right?
That is true. Yeah.
So
we did.
how'd you get to the point where you knew what to charge? Was it YouTube videos? Because like even today, I'll look up on YouTube like tips on how to charge certain jobs, or I'll ask other photographers on how they price their work.
Yeah.
Did you guys go around, or do you kind of just wing it?
So I mainly my main, as Ethan said,
Yeah.
I don't really work that much
Anymore.
But no, I love the back end
Behind the scenes
Behind-the-scenes
yeah.
stuff.
Logistics.
and
Yeah.
so when we first started out, Matt and I did a lot of research on competitor pricing,
Okay.
and then kind of based our stuff a little bit lower off of that. But in the beginning, perfect.
Right.
Now, if we were still there, it would hurt us obviously.
Easily.
But
yeah.
what I ended up doing is my dad sat Matt and I down to help show us how to break down a job
Okay.
into different sections.
Yep.
And so from there,
Yeah,
basically
my dad gave us the package.
Yeah.
Names. So
the platinum,
What is
the
it?
gold, the
Oh,
silver,
that is-
all
yeah,
those.
yeah,
Yeah, we were sitting in his
That's
kitchen
cool.
on we wrote on a napkin, I think.
Nice.
And but yeah, I base things mainly off of a cost breakdown of everything, labor, materials, all that. And then you just find kind of a sweet spot margin that you want to hit.
Okay.
And then you just add that on or break it down. You see if that margin is a reasonable number to give to a customer. Because like the key, Ethan always asks me about this stuff, but like the key is like when you are selling something, you don't want to sell. You're not trying to sell. You're essentially trying to help, because our idea is
You're being a service. Yeah.
we're trying to make your car look better and be something that you're proud of purchasing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when you look at the numbers, you want to make sure that what your margins aren't affecting the reasonability and the, you don't want someone to spend money on you and then be like, it wasn't
that.
really worth it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I make sure that everything's fair and that the margins are safe for us and will be a reasonable number for the customers.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. What do you guys have? Snapchat?
Instagram, TikTok.
Facebook. Prestige
Website.
WW Detailing. That is
On all of them?
I'm pretty sure that
At
we have it on
Prestige WW Detailing.
On everything.
On social
On everything.
medias.
Everything.
The
Perfect.
website,
I'll put it in the description.
prestigedetails.com.
Heck
Sweet.
yeah.
Book these boys. They're worth it. I'll tell you that. Cool stuff. Thank you guys for coming on. This was
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring the camera outside and we're going to film some a quick
Shenanigans.
shop tour and
Yeah.
some shenanigans.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully you don't break a bone on the dirt jump out there.
Again.
Can't promise anything.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Here they come.
This is the detailing bay. As you can see, our stuff's a little dirty because we do that dirty work, getting it done. Some of our new products over here. Just got some new stuff, new spray bottles. These are immaculate. We love them. But yeah, this is where we keep all our stuff. Cars go right here. Some vacuums, buckets, all the stuff you need to get those cars squeaky clean.
Oh yeah. Load up the truck. It's pretty much, this is our storage area.
Nice. I like it. This is the bay you guys were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. We should go to the mobile setup.
Oh yeah, it's on the back of my truck.
So
Just take these trusty dirt bikes over there.
it's right here. Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Is our mobile setup. Forgive the lacrosse gear from our dear friend Kyle. That smells really bad. So our hose reel is just hooked to a 1300 psi.
13.
Oh,
18.
I'm sorry, 1800.
Come on now.
Come on, man.
Operator. Very nice.
From the 90s or something like that sorts.
Some odd.
If it ain't broke, don't fix
220
it.
gallon water tank, which feeds here to the pressure washer. So everything we need
Everything else
is in here.
is in here.
I don't think you have enough stickers on there, by the way.
I don't think so either.
I added some more the other day. It was only, I had like 5 here and like 2 on the side.
You know what looks sweet in that empty spot right there? You think what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Shane demand.
Back it on there.
Go back to the track.
Yeah, let's hit it. Let's see some trails.
Oh yeah.
Yo, the Gator! A little golf cart. Let's go. Oh shit! Oh boy!
That was fucking sick.
Let's go.
Let's go. What's he giggling at? What's Kyle laughing about? Oh, nice. Look at that.
Dude, you got so much air. That was the most air I've ever seen. You had to do it for the video.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Give me the little one. Get it going. Let's
Get
go.
it show up. Hit it again.
What are you doing, dude? Oh, I was trying to be cool.
Final game for states coming up on
Yeah, we
Wednesday.
don't gotta hurt your hip.
You know, just
Look
cruising.
at these lunatics. That was, dude, no joke. You got some air before.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's go.
That is awesome.